Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna take these off. I don't even need these. You know? Don't even need them. Hello, everybody. My name is Pentahybrid. Yes, this is my face. Sorry for the lack of green screen. You get to see the background of my living room. There's a closet. There's a couch. There's a TV. There's my second laptop. There's my first laptop. That's my computer. There's a giant mess of beer cans here because I had just got done streaming with Alexa Kid and window and all kinds of other shit. Didn't feel like snazzing the place up, but I also did not feel like editing a video with Penta character all over the place. So I'm just gonna do one of these things. What is this video? First and foremost, hello everybody. If you haven't seen my face before, this is what I look like. Oh my god! Penta, hey, what are you gonna hide your face and shit? What are you gonna do? I don't know what that was. This video is weird because this is a video that's been in a long time coming. It's been about a month since I've wanted to make this video. Explaining a couple of things mostly about Twitch. So if you don't care about the Twitch channel, or if you don't watch the streams, or if you have no thought process outside of YouTube, you might as well just go away. However, for those that are sticking around and giving me a chance to explain a few things, I love you. I deeply love you. And this is also a good opportunity for me to say this is focused on my Twitch channel. So if you guys haven't already, go over to www.twitch.tv/pentahybrid. The link, as always, is in the description if you guys are curious. Go over there, throw me a follow, and come by and hang out with me on streams. I will always welcome you into the chat and enjoy your company, even if you don't want to talk. If you just want to hang out and lurk, that's fine. This is going to be an explanation video, kind of going over why the schedule's been a bit weird recently. I know I've been kind of hinting at what it was, but I've never gone into actual detail on it, and I've been thinking about going into some detail on it and explaining kind of what happened in both my life and with the Twitch channel, with the streams and stuff. And I've been reassured by pretty much everybody in the community that I don't have to explain myself. It's not anybody's issue but my own, but you guys are my community, and I want to let you in a little bit on what's been going on. So enough rambling. It's been literally 2.5 minutes of me talking about nothing. So let's just talk what happened. So on what was it, September? Now it's hard for me to imagine. Yeah, it was September 22nd of 2017. So that's about a month and a week or two ago, a month and a half ago. I actually got fired from my full-time in real life job. I lost my job because the company I was working for came completely out of the blue and was downsizing. And for those that don't know what that means in the workforce, that pretty much means company didn't want to pay me anymore, even though I was a good employee. They basically couldn't afford to keep me there. It wasn't a layoff. It was, look, we need to pay people less. We pay you too much. You're gone. I'm sorry. Except they did it in a shitty way. They didn't admit to anybody that that's what it was, but we had gotten word after I'm saying we because 4 of my other coworkers also got fired that day for this same reason. And basically within 5 minutes of my shift ending that Friday, I didn't have a job anymore, didn't have a source of income, didn't have enough money in the bank account to sort of stabilize myself and look for work. So I was pretty much thrown on my back, as you can imagine, as, you know, somebody who lives by themselves in this apartment, lives by myself. I don't have a roommate. I don't have anybody who's like financially helping me out, really. I was always supported myself. I pride myself on supporting myself. But I did have enough money to get through September, and I thought I had enough to get through October. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough to get through October, so I had to borrow some money from some family members who were always kind of having my back. You know, the family is one of those things that you need in those kinds of situations. I didn't want to lose my apartment. I was actually, I would say, probably about a day away from losing my apartment and being forced to move out and move in with family to find work in a different town. I would have had to move out of town. I would have been fucked, and I would have been out of this place. I would have been the place that I've been living on my own for 2 years. I love my apartment. I love the town that I live in, and you know, it was a shitty situation. And so that kind of screwed me up mentally a little bit. I was very confident for the first 2 weeks that I would be able to find work. A, because I thought there was a slim chance of me returning to work there again, because they had kind of said, we had to get rid of X amount of people, blah, blah, blah. But if we end up needing the opportunity, we need you back, blah, 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 we'll give you a call. But it was a shitty situation. I don't want to get into the drama of it. But basically, I was looking for work, and I was also kind of hoping that that would pan out. Unfortunately, I found out a month later that unemployment, for those who don't know what unemployment is, basically unemployment is if you lose your job, you can file for unemployment, which is a means to get a person between jobs enough financial support to support themselves until they find more work. I've been on unemployment once before, and it did its job. It did what it needed to do. It got me to getting a new job, but it doesn't pay all the bills. Unemployment is only a percentage of what you make financially. So pretty much unemployment didn't pan out this time because of drama reasons with my former place of employment. And as you can imagine, for the first 2 weeks after this incident, I had a lot of time. I spent my mornings going around, passing around resumes, looking for work, going on the internets, doing job searches on the internet in my area, around my counties around me, my county around me, businesses that would be interested in me. And the thing is, looking for work when you're unemployed is the hardest thing in the world. It's pretty silly that when you are employed, looking for work is much easier. Having just been fired from a place, regardless of the reason, makes it even harder to find work. So I was having a bit of a rough spot doing that. However, it gave me a lot of free time during my nights, afternoons, and mornings, early mornings. So I streamed a shit ton. I'm sure you guys are aware that, those of you who are over on Twitch, I streamed sometimes 8 hours a day for days and days and days in a row, and I wore myself down to the bone because I had nothing better to do, and I needed something to take my mind off of my spiraling depression that I was in during the period of time. So you guys got me through it. You don't understand it. Granted, I borrowed some money from family, and I was able to afford most of the things that I needed for the first month or so by myself. You were the reasons that I was able to really get through it for the first little bit, because I could come and I could just turn on a stream and just be in my own world. I could not focus on my outside drama. I could focus on entertaining you guys and chatting with you guys and hearing what your problems and woes were, because I didn't want you to worry about me. This is the reason I didn't say anything until I was good again. I did not want, in the position that I'm in here on the internet, I have a decent community. I have a good following. I can turn on a stream and have 15, 20, 30 people in chat before I even sit my ass down. I can put up a YouTube video, a top 10 of Isaac, and get 3,000 views in the first couple hours. Granted, that's mostly because it's Isaac, but I have a decent enough following to where if I just showed up on stream one day, I was like, guys, I lost my job. I didn't want that pressure on the channel. I didn't want any of that drama on the channel. I'm not that guy. I've been preaching it for years. I'm not that guy. There are people around me that I have completely cut off ties with because they are that guy. They are those people that would, guilt trip's not the right word, but use their position to weasel in a couple extra donations here on Twitch. Like, oh, I did just lose my job, and then people start peppering them with bits and $5 tips, and I don't want that. That was not at all my intention. So I completely shut it off, put it in my closet, focused on it in my own time. The stream was always the hive mind. It was us. We were a community. We were there to have fun, play games. Then it started getting a little weirder. It started getting more stressful. I wasn't having any luck finding work, and the couple places that I did find were out of state. They're like, would you like to move to Michigan? Like, no, I'm not going to move to Michigan. I'll find something in and around the area that I live in, or around Wisconsin, even out past where I'm comfortable working. Like, I will find something. Just give me time, but money was not there because I didn't have a cushion because I wasn't expecting to lose my job. And so because of the stress of the second half of October, where it was less about like taking my mind off of it, it became more of a finger to the bone kind of stress. I was losing my mind. I was staying up way too late at night panicking because I was like, I'm gonna lose my house. I'm gonna lose everything I have here. I'm going to lose it because of a shitty situation that I found myself in, and I don't want that. And so I stopped streaming because I couldn't contain that panic. I couldn't contain that part of me anymore. It started breaking out of the room that I had locked it into. The padlock started shaking and chipping away. And I didn't want to infect my chat, my community with that. I didn't want that toxicity of my own depression to leak over into the chat. So I spent more time hanging out in other people's chats. I was over hanging out in Vlad's chat. I was hanging out in Alexa's chats when he was streaming. I was hanging out in a bunch of bigger streamers' chats that I didn't have time to watch because I was always streaming. So it was nice to finally be a viewer again. But because I wasn't streaming, I felt like I was letting you guys down, and I kept hinting at him like, no, I'm going to explain it to you guys at some point. I just don't feel comfortable right now because I wasn't comfortable at the time because I didn't have a backfall to where I knew I was going to be okay again. And I may not even now. I'm jumping the shark a little bit with this video, but I did get work. I found work. I have a new job. I've already been there for a week now. A week. Now my camera's just dropping a shit ton of frames, isn't it? For some reason. What are you doing? What are you doing? For some reason, it just dropped a whole bunch of frames. I don't know why. Whatever. It's fine. It'll work itself out. What's it saying? Yeah, I've been there for like a week. I love the new place that I'm working at. I'm in a position to potentially make even more money than I did at my last job, which is good. More money is always a good thing, you know. It's one of those things that I was in. My last job, I wasn't even there long enough to. I wasn't even there a year yet, so I wasn't like committed to the workplace. And I was actually thinking about leaving, which is hilarious, but not in the way that I did. However, I do have the potential to be making more money than I was making, which is always good because that'll just help me dig myself out of the debt that I'm in right now, even quicker. And I am in some debt. I have borrowed way more money from my family in the past 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks than I probably have ever borrowed from family before because it was so sudden. And honestly, YouTube and Twitch don't pay the bills. YouTube pays me way more than Twitch does. And the nice thing about YouTube is that it pays me on the dot, minute, like down to the second every month. Every 30 days, I can expect a deposit in my bank account from YouTube on the hour. Twitch, on the other hand, has already screwed up 2 of my payments. I have been an affiliate for 6 months, 7 months, 6 months or 7 months. I've earned well over the $100 threshold that they impart on people. Which is not a big like behind the scenes thing. It's just a traditional thing online. You have to meet a certain threshold to get paid. Otherwise, they're going to have a bunch of people getting $5 checks, $6 checks, whatever the hell. You have to meet $100 threshold to get a payout. But the fact with affiliate is you only get paid out every 2 months. You get paid out every 60 days. So if you meet $100 threshold on the second week after the threshold or after the payout date was, you still have to wait another 6 weeks to get that $100. They messed up my payment. The first time they messed it up, I didn't get anything, and I had to wait the next 2 months. The second time that they messed it up, the payment that I got was half of what I should have gotten. And so, but that's way too whiny to like get into. But basically, YouTube and Twitch, the stuff that I do as a hobby, has never been a priority as far as finances go. I don't expect you guys to pay me. I don't need you guys to pay me. I don't want you guys to pay me. If you choose to, drop donations or subscribe to the Twitch channel or go to my freaking Streamlabs page and just donate on my YouTube page. I'm not going to complain. I will be indebted to you. I will thank you because I consider myself a free service, but the fact that I do have people who subscribe to me still blows my mind because I don't find myself entertaining, but you guys do. But it doesn't pay the bills to do this stuff, so it really, really struck home at the end of October how losing my house, having to restart from scratch, potentially living in a basement that, you know, it's not like it's a bad thing. I'm lucky to have that fallback that if I need it, Family having my back in those situations is amazing, but considering where I am now and how comfortable I am where I am now, I've been here for 2 years, over 2 years now, it would just be a striking change of scenery. Uh, I'm a hermit. I'm used to living by myself. I don't like living with other people. I kicked my former roommates out a year and a half ago because they were whiny, neurotic 19-year-old druggies that I didn't want to deal with. So I called my landlord and I'm like, either they can find a new apartment here or I'm moving out. And because I was the good tenant, I got in a meeting with everybody and I sat them down. I'm like, you have until this date to get out. And I kicked them out. Now I live by myself and I'm happy to live by myself. I like to be able to come home from work, get through my door, pull all my clothes off, and just lay on the couch and watch like freaking Ezekiel the Third play a stupid indie game on Sunday night. I like that stuff. I'm rambling a little bit because I'm slightly, ever so slightly uncomfortable having this topic of conversation because it's not something I'm used to talking about. It's not something I wanted to talk about for the longest time, but I feel you guys deserve to know a little bit. Still tentative of whether or not I'm going to upload it, but most likely I will. Anytime I have one of these heart-to-heart videos, I always have the question in the back of my mind if I'm going to upload it or not. But yeah, I mean, the long and short of it is the reason the Twitch schedule has been so fucky and still is even fucky and will most likely continue to be fucky for the next month or so. I ask you guys to bear with me through that. I genuinely do. If you don't want to be a sub anymore, if you're one of my subs and you can't sub anymore because I'm not streaming and you feel like you're wasting money, just unsub. I'm not going to feel bad. You won't lose any respect from me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do it. I'm not going to be ashamed of you. I won't look down on you because you don't want to sub anymore. If you're somebody on YouTube and because I'm not a YouTube guy anymore, feel free to unsub and go find someone else to watch. I mean, look, Twitch is my priority. Streaming has always been kind of my thing, and I'm finally found myself back in a position to make that something that I really, really enjoy doing. And YouTube pretty much only cares about Isaac, and I don't care about Isaac right now, so. But if you guys, the schedule is going to be weird because my new work schedule is actually hilariously my favorite type of work schedule. It's a rotating schedule, so pretty much I could go get it right now, but I don't feel like it because I'm lazy. But basically, I alternate days every other week. So like this week, today's Sunday, I start work tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and then I get off Wednesday and Thursday, but then I go back to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then the following week, I have off Monday, Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, and have off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it rotates like that. So it's 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off. Rotates. They're all 12-hour shifts, so I'm going to be getting, some weeks are going to be super, super heavy overtime, mula mula. Some of them are just going to be standard weeks. Either way, I'm happy because this is the type of schedule I've always liked. I'd much rather work 4 days a week, 12 hours a day, and have a 3-day weekend than work 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. It just seems like it's stupid. It just seems like a waste of time and, money. Just give workers 3 days off and have them work more during the day. 12 hours of work is nothing to me. I worked 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 months straight at a job I worked a few years ago because I was an important person there and they needed me there and I was always on call, and yeah, I worked my fingers down to the bone, blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm kind of glad I'm not there anymore, even though the money was definitely good. But pretty much that's my schedule for work. How does that fit into the streams? The thing is obviously I'll still need off days, and considering I'll be working the 12-hour shifts, there's a high chance of me just like being up a little couple hours after work and then passing out and waking up and going back to work, and just getting those 2 days out of the way. But then my off days, depending on how tired I am after the day before the off days, I might stream then. It's going to be real weird, but like this last time I had to figure out a schedule with my previous job where I went to work at the crack of dawn every day and was dead tired when I got home because I hate first shift. I don't like working through the mornings. I like having my mornings at home with coffee. I like working at night. My new shift is a night shift. I work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. through the night. I love that. I like the idea of working through the night. I'm a night shift guy. So where streams are going to fit in there, it's going to be real weird. It's going to get real weird. I'll ask you guys to bear with me. I'm repeating myself. I understand. It's fine. I do this a lot. I'm going to ask you guys to bear with me a little bit until I figure out a schedule with this new workflow. However, with the amount of days off I will be getting, I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to do because I won't be working solid. I just might have to figure out, maybe depending on which rotation it is, if I have the 3-day weekend, you might get a stream, like a 4 to 6 hour stream every day for those 3 days, and then I go back to work the next day. Don't stream for 2 days. Stream one of those days, take a day off, go back to work for 2 days, stream 2 days. It's gonna be a rough go, but we will make it work. Just because my schedule is changing doesn't mean that I'm just gonna stop streaming. I still am going to, but I have to figure out a schedule that works with me, because streaming way below my real life personal job, my real life personal finances, way below that in the priorities. I love you guys. I love you to death. I love being on stream with you. I'm sure you understand. Me, house, money in the wallet, finances, roof over my head, food, comes way before playing video games on the internet. So, that's why I'm looking out for me. That's why the last couple weeks have been very stream light, because I was looking out for Pent. I was looking out for me. And that's going to be the case moving forward the next few weeks until I figure out a schedule. So basically, I don't want to make this a 35-minute video. So I'm going to wrap it up real quick by saying thank you. You know who you are. If you've been patient and have been stopping by all the streams that I have had, even through this rough time, hanging out in the Discord, talking with me, even if it's a private message, the people who've been messaging me back and forth, even in private direct messages, thank you. The people who've been kind to me, going into other people's chat and just like hanging out, the people who have come from my community into other people's chats when I wasn't streaming, makes me even feel way better. The last couple streams with Alexa have been great. I've seen so many familiar faces pop over in there from my community, and it makes me feel great, because that's one of my biggest prides, is to promote the people that I have around me. If I'm growing and the people around me aren't growing, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like I'm not doing a good enough job for them, because this, regardless of how much you guys like my stream and may not like their content, they are part of my community. And so it means the world to me when I go into Vlad's stream and I see like 8 names that I recognize from my streams. It means that I'm doing a good job promoting him, that he has a regular crew every night of people that I sent over and I enjoy his content, and several of them are primarily in his chat because I stream at a different time than him. That doesn't work for them, but it works for when he streams. So just a blanket statement, thank you to everybody, not only for remaining part of the community, for being positive through this, for being patient with me, even though I have been giving you shitty frame droppy videos, and inconsistent streams, and being very, very shady about it. And I hope this kind of makes you, or lets you understand kind of why I've been quiet about it. It's a personal, very, very deeply personal situation that goes against my beliefs for my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. I don't feel the need to just say, hey guys, I lost my job, drop 50 million bits so I can pay rent this month. That's not the guy that I am. I'm not that guy. And don't do that. That's just not the way that I see my channel being. It's a pride thing above anything else. Because I would hate, as much as it would help, I would hate to be the guy sitting there leaning back, just fucking just playing his way through a game as people just paid for his bills. That's not the guy I want to be. So, sub, viewer, chatter, lurker, YouTube member, Discord member, somebody who hasn't watched a single stream but is still a member of the community who talks to us in Discord and on the YouTube comments, whoever, thank you. Equally. Nobody is above anybody. Nobody is above anybody. You are all equal members of this community, and I love you so much. You are the reason that I was able to get through this positively. You and my family were able to help me get through this positively. Having fun conversations with you guys in chat and talking about weird, goofy stuff. Thank you to my YouTube contemporaries who've also helped me get through this, not only for pursuing their own paths and their own careers in this stuff, but also pushing me to be my very best. And thank you for the contemporaries that I have over on Twitch that have been giving me content to watch while I was too stressed out and panicky to do content myself. So thank you. And I look forward to see you guys next stream. Thank you. Bye.